One.
And you know what he said? I can't say certain. See, I can't bring out certain.
But Dwayne wears roses on his shirt, though, so that makes him Puerto Rican.
But B-Way brought up certain things in the conversation that would make my argument better.
You can't say
but I can't say because he's a teacher. It's politically incorrect.
So now they're just gonna assume what they said. They're gonna make their own opinions.
No, there's no way they could know.
You got union representation, B?
Always.
You don't need it, cause man, I don't know if I want my son in his class.
Definitely.
Nah, chill.
Nah, all right.
Let's go.
Anyway. Yo, relax over there, man.
Yeah, football that one, man.
So you guys didn't hear about the Alabama shooting, or some of you did, some of you don't care. B-Way, I thought would care about this because it was another black man shot and wrongfully shot in Alabama. I thought you would care about that, B. And you said you didn't hear nothing about it. So
I did not hear anything about it.
Black Friday, there was a confrontation in a mall down in Alabama between some teenagers. Some shots rang out. Some people took off running, apparently.
Damn, Black Friday is our holiday, too.
Exactly, that is our holiday. Apparently a 21-year-old took off running as well. He had a firearm. He was not involved in the altercation, but shots ring out, and if you're strapped, then you're strapped. Like,
by law, you're not supposed to carry them all.
Well, anyway, he goes running out, and he was met with some cops that were coming to help the situation, and they shot this guy, and they thought he was the shooter, and turns out that he wasn't the shooter at all. He wasn't involved in the altercation.
The gun was out?
I'm unaware of he was actually carrying the gun, like running down the mall with it.
That's a hecky situation. Nobody can really you can train for it, but you can't really.
But he wasn't a threat. My point was he didn't pull the gun out, and he didn't point it at them or nothing. They went in, guns blazing.
It's a shame though, it's not news.
Who fired first? The kids or the cops?
The kids, the altercation rang out. One of the kids got shot, and then people, scattered.
Who shot the kid?
Whoever this shooter is, he's still at large because the guy that they shot, thinking
they thought was him.
The thought was him, wasn't him. They thought they killed that shooter while he wasn't the shooter. So that person is still at large.
So what's the issue?
Well, the issue is this guy got shot and lost his life for no reason because he wasn't involved in it. Cops didn't take the time to find out who was involved.
Why did they come in guns blazing?
Somebody was shot in the mall.
They were saying someone was shot in the mall.
Multiple guys shot.
So shots fired was the call for the police.
Right.
He wasn't involved in the altercation, but
they're thinking mass shooting now.
He did not do the shooting.
When we get a shooting every week now, you only get 2.
From what you just told me, I don't think the cops were wrong yet.
Oh no? Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear you say that.
I mean, granted, maybe I should read up more on this.
Well, this guy lost his life, and he didn't shoot anybody.
That's wrong. That's 100% wrong.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what we said.
He pulled out his gun to protect people, and he lost his life.
You're not supposed to pull that thing unless you're about to fire it.
Unless your life,
he lost his life.
Your life's in danger.
Well, at the press conference, apparently they knew that he wasn't the right shooter, but they still said he was the shooter.
Now they didn't handle it right, but you can put yourself in a cop's shoes. And, we got the shooting out in California. We're getting one every week. Black Friday in the mall, shooting. 2 people reported down, and the guy's holding the gun. What are you gonna think?
I'm just saying.
When guys don't run in and shoot, they say they're cowards. Cops should have went in down there in Florida.
You can't just pull out and draw somebody.
But what did they pull out because they felt threatened because he was a little darker than them?
Nah, we can't always do this.
And his dad.
We can't keep pulling the race car. I keep telling you that.
We're reaching.
And
We're reaching.
I don't know if this story would even come out until they found out this guy's dad is like a police officer in Birmingham or something.
I can see why I didn't hear about this story.
You gotta identify the threat.
My thing is, you didn't hear about the story because it was only 2 people.
It was in Alabama too.
No, it was a big story though.
Like once or twice a month.
It came on breaking
10
news on like
people
CNN. Like people shot at the mall, so it's like, and it's Black Friday, so that's big.
It popped up as breaking news and then it went away right away, like nothing else. So
don't they all go away?
I figured it was just an altercation.
Don't they all go away?
Let's get to it. Let's get to what we did.
Anyway.
Here we go.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Here we go. We're back at it. Sunday morning. Here we go. Opinionated Facts. Microphone check. Hey, this is the world's most popular barbecue talk, barbershop talk, man cave conversation. However you like it or dislike it, this is the Heavyweight Champ of Sports Talk podcast. This is your Opinionated Facts. These are your hosts. Your boy B-Way is back in the building. We had to take a little break
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. They had me under the weather a little bit, fighting vertigo. Never heard of it till I had it. So, shout out to everybody that's going through that, man. That thing put me down for like a week. It was rough. I'm still taking steps now, like don't seem like real steps, and I think I'm stumbling when I'm not. I don't know, my mind's playing tricks on
Watch
me.
them stairs.
Sound like Bambi.
Shout out to the man, who said that? Mind playing tricks on Ghetto Boys. Yeah, that's before y'all time.
Nah, he was on Martin. Remember, he said the same thing.
Oh yeah.
It was the midget.
Bushwick
people,
Bill.
little
Shout out to
people,
Bushwick Bill.
I watched Martin this morning. It was the DMV episode where George Jefferson was on.
Classic.
Remember the dude walked up to him and said, "Hey, Almond Brown." I think that's what I think right away as soon as I seen it, because last night I was talking to you. As soon as I seen it, I thought Dwight Howard. Immediately, I'm like,
yo, the
hey
dude
there,
does
Almond
look like
Brown.
Dwight too, though.
Yo, I mean,
he was like, you sure? But you,
and he was tall. He was like 6'6".
yo, he was like 6'5".
Yo, he
Funny,
was.
going straight to the
He was
way out.
like, "Hey there, Almond Brown. Let me help you with your little test."
Let me get through the introductions here.
Nah, man.
We got-
we
We
going
on it
straight-
now, baby.
we
On
going
it.
Oh, y'all know who's in the building,
all right,
man.
go
Y'all know
ahead,
who's
go
in the
ahead.
building, man. We got, of course, we got Red in the building. We got the homie Samar in the building. Samar's back after a 20K episode. I mean, it's only right that we invite him back. If you don't know, the last interview we did with Coach Smallwood on our Facebook got 20,000 views. 20,000 views is our biggest show by far. They came in and held it down. Shout out to Jack as well. Jack couldn't be here today because he's taking care of his moving information. They're moving stuff. Whatever's going on, he's moving today. So
Yeah, who
shout out
moves
to
in the
Jack.
winter though?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not a good move. I mean, it's cold. You gotta wear gloves. That's not a good move.
No offense, Jack.
Not at all. We should be there helping you.
I showed up.
Good for you.
I was working.
I showed up. I didn't do
on
a
Black
I didn't do a
Friday.
thing. I showed up and there was no one there. There was no one at the house.
Oh, so it's not a big shot.
And he didn't give out the new address, so you know what I mean. I was like, well.
How
I'm
you
leaving.
gonna- You say he was there, but he wasn't there.
I texted
Hold on,
him.
man.
I texted him. I said, "Yo, I'm gonna be there around 12 though." He said, "All right." I show up. There's nobody there.
I was there too, Jack. I showed up. You know,
I showed up.
I came in the fire truck and everything.
Look, I promise you on everything. I showed up at the house. Nobody was there. And then remember I asked on the group chat. I said, "Yo, time?" Like I said, the
We
new
on
address.
topic.
I said the new address, and he said
topic.
close to the current address. He didn't say an
Come
address
on.
or nothing. Well then,
We
all
got
right.
Dixon in the building back here, holding us down, part of the Opinionated Facts team. We also got producer extraordinaire Dwayne in the building as well. So the whole team is back together. We were short man last week, but everybody held us down, and now we're back at it. And under man, we delivered with 20,000 views. So shout out to everybody that's still part of the Opinionated Facts team. Shout out to everybody that watched that interview. Shout out to Coach Smallwood for coming through. So how's everybody's week?
Thanksgiving's always a good week, man.
Is Thanksgiving the best holiday?
It
No.
could. It has potential to be sometimes, depending on what's going on in life.
Depending how that Wednesday go beforehand, yeah.
For those that don't know, Wednesday's supposed to be the biggest going out day of the year.
That is a horrible going out day. Like it's terrible.
I don't know why.
I look forward to it.
It's always cold.
You always see somebody you didn't see since last Thanksgiving. Or
That's
since you were in school.
That's a tough day to go out, man.
Girls
It's like,
dress half naked and it's cold.
How do you know you don't go out that day? How you just gonna
Don't
say
talk
that,
about shit
man?
you don't know about.
How you just gonna say that?
Girls always dress half naked. And
I don't remember you ever being out on a Wednesday.
Nah, once we went to the village years ago. Probably like
don't
like 8
incriminate
years
me.
ago.
Don't incriminate me. I don't go out.
you're right. You're right. You weren't out with us that night.
So anyway, moving forward.
Hey there, Almond Brown.
So
Get to it.
Why?
our first topic today is going to be a little touchy,
For
but
who?
it's going to be a little touchy for people who's listening and talking about it.
This guy is wrong. Some more.
He's wrong.
Let's some more give the story first.
Yes,
Let's see how it was. So
let's get to it.
sometimes you get a story, you know. You had to run down. He sent me the list what we're talking about today, and I'm just, scrolling. And I see this Dwight Howard trending. I thought he went off for 50. Like, oh, Dwight Howard back, Orlando Dwight.
He didn't make a play in a long time.
So I look him up, and it's like transgender Dwight Howard. I'm like, oh, they got him like Eddie. Got him like Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
So
man.
usually I don't really believe these stories. I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, it's bullshit. I'm reading an article like, oh, she got texts. Anybody
anyone
can
get
create a bro
anyone
burner
get
account
text.
and
Yeah.
put Dwight Howard on it.
Right.
Then it's like, whoa, you got a voicemail.
Like Tiger. Hey, this
Oh,
is Tiger.
yeah.
Remember that?
Hey,
Tiger.
hey, this is Tiger.
Hey, this is Tiger. He didn't say this was Dwight,
Do me a
though.
favor and take my name off your voice. Yo, so
Tiger gets like the worst cheater ever.
they got like 10 pages of Howard, and she's saying like, yo, you can we cuss on here?
Yeah, you can cuss.
You know, since he was sucking this, and he liked guys for a while. Does your family know? And he's not even denying anything. He's just like, I just don't know what you're talking about. Like, he knew he was being recorded.
He said, you know what he said? His exact words were, nah, I don't remember all that.
Yeah, I remember all that.
Like, what do you mean?
She's
yo?
like, Dwight.
You,
She called him by his government. She
Yeah.
called him Dwight.
still don't mean nothing, though. Still.
Then she released the email about him cheating at the transgender parties, saying he's going to these parties, knocking them down raw.
Transgender.
Transgenders.
Disgusting.
So
I mean, it's not disgusting. It's just what it is.
I mean, if we want to keep it professional, the thing is, well, I'm still thinking it's half bullshit though, honestly. And then I look at Orlando, Washington stats last night to see what Dwight played, and it said Dwight's a DNP. For those who don't watch basketball, that did not participate, and it wasn't coach's decision. And it says out last 3 games with a sore ass.
First of all, hold on.
Oh man, this shit's
Hold
true.
on, hold on.
How you gonna be out with a sore
Stop.
ass?
Hey,
though?
hold on, stop. First of all, the report said sore glute. It said sore
They
glute.
ain't gonna put sore ass on ESPN.
No, don't matter. Give the real story. It said sore glute. It could be a strained ass muscle. It's happened.
Nothing about that's gonna help
It
him
could
out.
be a strained ass muscle. It's a coincidence.
How
I
you
think.
strain your ass?
What do you mean? That's happened.
How?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's happened.
How you strain your ass?
You got a strained glute.
You play football and basketball your whole career. You ever strain your ass?
No.
I fell on the
never did.
tailbone before. That hurts. Like that's a real.
It didn't say bruised Coskets.
Nah.
Cossacks. It said sore ass. 3 games.
It says sore with sore glutes or something like that.
I'm not 6'11", and I haven't been playing for like the last 30 years like he has. So maybe there's some things that he's doing that I've
He
never
missed
done
the
before.
game with a sore ass.
I think it was just a coincidence. You don't think it was a coincidence that
A terrible one.
I mean, it's a bad one.
If you know is there any possibility, now they're saying he was on the phone threatening this woman's life with the pastor, and you know there's a possibility this might come out, you go, hey, coach, my back's sore. Maybe not even the back either.
That's
nothing,
what I mean.
Nothing from the back can be sore.
It gotta be a hamstring or something.
Nah, not even a hamstring. He might have been bent over.
Oh,
Nah,
my God.
man, that's
Listen,
not
man,
it.
listen.
No, stop.
Look,
Stop.
I don't care.
All right, let's be in all seriousness.
Yes.
This she, I don't know what we calling him.
You're calling it transgender.
It's a
What do you mean?
transgender, man.
Why would you
It's
call
a
her
trans-
he,
it's a
man?
Because it's a
transgender.
dude with a girl. I don't know.
It's a
transgender, yo.
man. That's it.
Oh,
All right,
man.
so this
All respect.
We're in trouble.
this Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, man.
Oh, sorry.
The transgender.
All right, now
man.
she wrote a book though, called
Book
Industry.
already?
It came out before, called Industry Hub.
She said she slept with many athletes.
Yes.
Oh,
She
this-
said that.
oh,
She tweeted
so-
that.
But hold on,
She
so
tweeted that.
this,
She tweeted
this
that
is
last
real
night.
journalism. You know, I dug into the facts. So
Okay.
she's been found to be telling lies before in this book. It was proven false. So she has written a book. She's a well-known transgender in that industry. She calls herself Industry Ho. She knows a lot of people's secrets. So it's kind of like
She calls herself that.
like Superhead,
Yeah.
but the transgender version.
So
So-
she's doing a lot of people.
I don't know. Allegedly, unless it's been proven fact. And she put in that when she released last night. She said that there's a police report filed.
Right.
So they looked for the police report and there's nothing been filed. So she stated she was threatened for her life. She filed a police report.
Said she was scared.
Said she was scared for her life. Her life was threatened, and there's no report of that on the record. So you gotta get them jokes off no matter what.
Buddy's
but,
got a sore glute.
but he was out with sore ass. See, so I don't know.
Sore glute.
What's the glute, B?
I'm just saying, like the way you say it makes it sound like it's directly because of
His anal activities.
Yes.
I'm not saying that.
Like that's what I'm getting
I'm
at.
saying-
When I say sore glute, I feel like it could be
If
related
you broke
to
your
the
arm,
anal.
you're not gonna say I broke my humerus. You're gonna be like I broke my arm. So we're not gonna use the medical terms for his ass. He's out with a sore ass.
Why?
It just
What the report says glute, I'm sticking with glute.
So you don't think maybe she's seen this report and was like, oh, this is perfect timing.
She calculated.
That's what I mean.
First of all, his
What
PR
are-
person is doing a terrible job. You gotta get in front of that story.
He should have had something out
I had to call
before.
a press conference last night.
But then he also shouldn't be out with a sore glute either. Like that, he's got to
I had
nothing.
to call B like you could do the podcast now. You gotta get in front of this.
Listen, I don't know what is going on with Dwight, and I don't really care who Dwight likes to be with. But the part that got me was, he was trying to threaten the girl, threaten the transgender.
That's what you care about?
And
that's why you read the story?
Yes, like that's wrong. That's wrong. And
now he's calling her a girl. I thought she was transgender.
I said I cleaned it up. I said transgender. Now I apologize if I offended anybody with that. But the fact is, you can't threaten people because of their sexuality after you done did what you did with them. Like, that's terrible.
All right,
Dwight always been bad, man. Dwight always been soft. I'm still.
That's Laker guy.
Here he goes. Don't take it personal.
I'm still a little mad at Dwight because he's this Laker.
I'm waiting to see what Shaq says about it.
He was in LA. He was too busy with the transgender community.
Yo, Kobe didn't like him. Shaq hates him.
He's awful. That's why.
All right, serious question for you, Brandon.
Which Brandon?
I forgot. There's two. I call him B-Way, though.
All right.
So, true or false? Is this career over? Can you play with them? You in the same locker room?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could still play with him. I mean, his career was over before this happened.
You still get guaranteed money.
Yeah, he wasn't anything to be like reckoned with. He's not a good player in this league anymore.
So
he's
what's
okay.
Dwight Howard didn't think he was going to be a playoff run, make a playoff run with him?
Yeah, well, they're not making the playoff run with anybody. They might as well trade all those guys.
You know why?
They
can't win with them with the.
It ain't just him. John Wall's in this too.
John
Wall's. But no, as far as the locker room goes, no. I mean, people were sitting in the locker room with Michael Sam's.
Not long.
I mean, he got cut, but I'm saying they would have. I don't think his activities off the court. This is me. I found out about this story and I'm his teammate. I might throw a little joke out there in the locker room or something, and that may not be cool for him.
Not because Dwight got to fight you then.
Yeah, I might be. He might. But I'm saying, as far as being in the locker room and being to play on the court with him, I could still do that, even though he's doing what he's doing. I would not stop.
You don't want to fight a man that could.
I'm about to say, you don't want to fight the way. I don't care.
I'm not about fighting the guy. I'm saying,
I don't care who that man is laying down with.
If I am his teammate, if I am his teammate,
yes,
I can still be on the court with him.
Nah,
we ain't going to the club after the win.
You can't risk fighting.
We ain't hanging out afterwards.
You lost to Dwight. Transgender Dwight.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not trying to fight the guy. You're asking me if I can still play with him.
And if you beat him up, you're like, oh, you beating up transgender?
You're saying, you're asking me if I can still play with him. No, I mean.
Can you win with him?
Pause. Pause. Could I still be on the court with him? And the answer to that, yeah, I can still be on the court with him, yes. But we are not celebrating after the game. You're not going to catch me.
You can't win him.
He's not going to be at my parties. He's not going to be.
What's the difference between him and Dennis Rodman, though?
Nothing confirmed. You can go a long time with the allegations.
No text messages, no voiceover, no nothing.
No social media.
Different age, though. But
all right, B. Does it help or hurt that Dwight tweeted out last year? Ass is ass, man.
That hurts. When I seen that tweet that's the thing, man. Those social media, nothing ever goes away.
Yeah, once you put that on social media, it's there forever.
So he put that tweet out, which I don't know what he was referring to.
But we know now.
We don't know what he was referring to. He did tweet out last year that ass is ass. Ass is ass, man.
We don't know the context.
I don't know what he meant by it.
Ass, man.
Yo, this is terrible, yo.
Yeah, I mean,
this is terrible.
I'm saying he was wrong when he tweeted when we thought it was about women. He was wrong. Now that we know it's about.
We don't know.
But no, the thing is, they started killing him too. Because last night, the whole tweet where he's like, "Yeah, as long as you got good D, man."
Oh, over and over. He said D was real good tonight.
Even after Shooter knew, he was like, Shooter kind of ran off
the court.
But he was joking then. But now everything's going to be brought to the forefront now because of his off the court activities.
I'm just saying there's been nothing as of this morning where he's denying it. Nobody in his favor is saying he denied it that I've seen.
He's busy.
You ain't never that busy to
he's got to get
rule down a transgender.
Nah, he's getting treatment on his glute.
True.
He's got to rehab. That's not even being funny. Like, he's got to rehab his glute. Probably. You know,
No, I don't know. I don't know nothing. See how fast I denied that?
I mean,
it was instant.
Look,
I'm just saying. You're right.
If says tomorrow that Samar has transgender problems, I'm coming back to Facebook tonight. And I'm releasing a statement.
Yeah, he's going to come out with something. You know that.
I'm not saying that the guy is wrong or right. I'm not saying that the guy is.
Do you believe the news?
Do I believe the news? No.
You don't believe? You don't believe he had any? First of all, usually when there's smoke, there's fire. Sometimes they say. I mean, not always. Not always.
You let him watch Lil Big. That's a real question.
No, that's not a real question. Man. Yeah, he ain't accused of being with a child, man.
You don't want that kind of influence around your kids all the time.
What kind of influence is that?
Yeah, he
That's
likes what he
true.
likes.
Listen.
The heart wants what the heart wants. Or
He's over here lying saying you don't believe the story.
No, but listen.
I'm saying.
I did believe it until you just told me that the girl wrote a book and told me that she was doing some
That's
other
true.
stuff.
I don't know if I believe it or not.
Now I'm like, she wrote a book. Now I'm like, oh man, she's not.
The thing
innocent.
was, did you play the voicemails?
Yeah, I did play the voice.
Well, she was like saying all this stuff without getting into details about tasting this and liking that and does your family know? He never denied nothing. If somebody called you tomorrow, like, you know you did it, bro, he would just hang up on him.
I'm doing something. You gotta get out of that situation.
He wasn't even,
Terrible.
he didn't get loud. He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he stayed on the phone.
Yeah. I mean, look.
There was gay rumors about Dwight before this, though.
I mean, he looks like he goes that way. But regardless of what way he goes, I don't really care. But
No, I'm not saying he's
what I'm saying is
gay, 'cause
that
he got, what, 11 kids? How many kids he got? He got a bunch.
yeah, he does got. a bunch
Who,
of kids.
Dwight?
Yeah, he got a bunch of kids.
And he don't take care of a couple
Well,
of
we
them.
don't
either.
know that.
No, we know that.
No. We know
No,
more
we
about his
know.
sexual
We
preference than we
know
know
that.
about his kids.
he paid
No.
millions in support a week.
Though his kid's mom was on what was it, Loving Basketball or something? On one of those
Oh, you
shows.
can't believe that. That's worse than the industry.
Nah.
I mean, to wrap this
believe
up,
her.
though, we gotta like remember when Dwight Howard first came in.
Why
the
we
league?
gotta wrap it up? Dwight not wrapping it up.
He said, yo, you know, no, I'm done with it. I'm
Alright, we gotta
done with it.
Allegedly.
I'm just saying
It is alleged.
when Dwight first came in the league, he wanted to change the logo and put a cross around the.
Oh, he did play at a Christian
guy.
school.
Yeah, and he was real religious.
He was a
and
virgin.
Allegedly.
Allegedly a virgin.
I didn't know that, but
Yeah, allegedly.
I don't really care about my basketball players' sexual preferences. But you see how much he made the U-turn here? Like this is like.
Well, I mean, just like yo, man, hanging out with 12 black guys all day from the hood. You know, you're gonna change over the years, B. We
All I
do-
understand is
we all
that
doing
even-
different stuff. 10,
Even if it
15
was
years
Dwight
when we were in high
though,
school.
even if it was him on when she had the recordings of his voice and stuff, and she went off about him having unprotected sex with different transgenders. She went off about that. He was like, there's all kinds of STDs out
You
here.
could tell she was recording him. She was being extra.
Yeah, but he didn't even respond to that. He was just
He
like,
didn't deny it.
well.
I don't know
He
about
was
that.
just like, I don't know nothing about that. I don't remember all that. Like, he don't remember. Like, I might have been there. I just don't remember doing that. And that's what got me if that was
Are they
him.
going to be able to move on with them? I don't know if he can play in that locker room.
Well, he's not that. I mean, I don't have his numbers in front of me right now, but
Well, he's only played, what, 3 out of 19 this year?
yeah, like I don't think he's that much of a liability that if he is causing a distraction, they couldn't get rid of him. So, I mean, look, best of luck to Dwight. I hope he ain't killing that girl or threatening that girl, and that's what it comes down to.
They said the pastor was the one that threatened her, right?
Yeah, they said the pastor's the one that called her.
Which
Yeah,
is
I
even
mean,
crazier.
You gotta have your hitman next to you. You know,
Oh,
you
God.
Your hitman's your pastor, though?
gotta keep the hitter to the left of you.
The pastor? That's your stance, but you won't say he, she?
I'm not saying that the pastors, if that's his hitter, who am I to pick his hitter?
Let's go.
I can't pick his hitter.
Oh, man. Dwight.
Moving
That's tough.
forward, man. Moving forward.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cowboys are in first place.
Real deal. See?
Man,
No.
it's almost shocking that they're in first place because they don't deserve it. They're the worst first place team in the NFL right now.
Wow, that's deep.
How's it deep?
That's facts, though.
How's it deep? Let's name. We want to run them
Don't
off.
lie.
We can run them off.
Run them off.
We can run them off. Want to run them off?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just say your first place and keep it moving.
We got Kansas City. Are they better than Kansas
We
City?
enjoy the NFC East right
Are
now.
they better than Kansas City?
No, not right now.
Are they better than the Saints?
We're first place in our division.
I guess we're not going to go down the list because we're not going down the list.
We got
Are you
to say
asking, are the
something.
Cowboys the real deal as far as contending, or are they the real deal as far as making the playoffs?
Are they the real deal as far as contending? When you're in
Well,
first place in your division, you're supposed to be a
Nah,
contender.
when you're in the worst division in the NFL,
They're going to make the playoffs.
Are they?
yeah,
How?
the first place team is 6-5.
2 6-5 teams.
No, Cowboys are what? Well, Eagles
Cowboys
5-6.
6-5.
Redskins.
Redskins 6-5.
Yeah, but Redskins just lost Alex Smith.
And they had the defending Super Bowl champs in that division. So how did the worst division?
No, we ain't talking about last year. They're 4-6. That's
We're
who
talking.
you are.
What do you mean last year? Last year's still the same year. We won that Super Bowl this year.
You are what your record says you is, and you're
It is.
4-6.
I mean, it's the worst division.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't
Well,
know.
honestly, no. It's the worst division record-wise, but the worst division in the NFL is the AFC East.
Absolutely. Not even close.
If you want to go team for team. But they have the Patriots, so you're going to say...
But they also have the Jets.
The Dolphins.
And they also have the Bills. And the Dolphins wouldn't beat anyone in our division, I don't think. Not even the Giants right now.
No, Giants are bad, too.
They are bad.
Here's the thing.
I
do you
think
think?
we're showing our Eagles bias here.
I had this not about
Ain't
the
no Eagles bias here
It's
or
about the
Cowboys
NFC
bias. I don't
East.
like either one of them.
This is about the NFC East.
Yeah, the NFC East is not good.
And the Bills aren't good, and the Jets aren't good, and the Dolphins aren't good.
I hate to say this.
But we're on that level. Like, we're on the Dolphins, Jets, and by where the Eagles are on the Jets,
No, we're not.
Dolphins.
Not the
and-
Jets and Bills,
No,
no.
not the Jets. and
Dolphins maybe, yeah.
So you think that we're going to blow them out if we play them?
Yes.
There ain't no blowouts in the NFL, really.
Yeah, unless you're playing the Saints.
I'm about to say, ask the Eagles last week. I want to call the Eagles fans.
Oh, we got some comments.
Right.
Too.
I think, hold on, before we get there. The Eagles fans, I think, are going real soft this year because we won a Super Bowl now and we don't know how to act.
They're a little more laid back because
It's terrible.
we got
some
what we
equity?
wanted.
You
We
got
got
some
what we
equity?
needed.
No.
I mean, we're not going to be
don't
cool
have
with this
that.
for the next 20 years, but look, like, yeah, we want to be better this year.
Like, there's
we know
no-
how hard it is to repeat in this league.
Blowouts don't happen, like you just said, in the NFL. We got blown out. The body language was terrible. Like, our coach didn't make adjustments. Like, it was bad football from top to bottom.
Did you watch that game?
Yes.
I watched
They
that.
were just better. It didn't matter what adjustments you made.
No, but he's
they were
right,
just
though.
better.
The body
And they ain't
language
just doing it
sucks.
to us. These guys are beating other legitimate teams badly.
Not like that. Like, we didn't.
Oh, well,
like,
not 40 to
we
7, yeah,
We
but
didn't know that we belonged on the same field as them.
everybody gets up for us. We're the Super Bowl champions.
We're
getting everybody's best.
And now we're getting everybody's best.
We're not.
No.
We're not.
They're just better.
The
Like,
champs always get everyone's best.
Not like basketball, though. Like once
Well, maybe not like basketball,
early in
but
the
still,
season,
you
yeah.
still
but
get
like,
it.
Not week 10, week 11, no. You are who you are.
We're writing books in the off season. We're going on tour. We're talking about how it's fun to play here.
Some of
and
these
we
guys
didn't
may
like
never
New
experience
England.
this again, though. They got to take advantage of that when you win that ring.
No, you
Like Nick
celebrate that when it's
Foles,
over
he may
with.
never start another NFL game in his life.
The thing
He's
is,
got to take advantage of that book. He's
the
got to
only
do
one
that.
That was thinking
No.
repeat were Eagle fans because you don't repeat in the NFL. It just don't happen. But you want to make the playoffs, is hopefully. But a lot of them don't make the playoffs either.
We want to be great. There's nothing wrong with that.
But right now, you got to admit the Cowboys are the front runner in the East. With Alex Smith out, Cowboys got Saints Thursday.
Yep.
Eagles got the Rams again in 3 weeks, and so basically it's gonna come down to December 9th.
All I'm,
Cowboys Eagles play
saying,
December 9th.
all I'm saying is 2 weeks ago, they were thrashing the Cowboys.
they were
about
firing-
how
firing
terrible
Garrett.
they are. They're not, Garrett's got to go. So, I mean, in 2 weeks, it make a big difference. 2 weeks, we can win two in a row, and we're one game out of first place, and they're like, hey, the Eagles are coming.
We
So,
won three.
only
in a row.
because of the division.
NFL
We
changes
won
so
three
quickly
in a row.
Only because
because
of the division.
every game matters in the NFL.
We won 3 in a row.
Whatever.
Not 2, 3 in a row.
3 weeks ago, you guys were bums.
Okay.
They were all over you guys. And then
Yeah,
you
they
were
were
even
bad.
saying how bad you guys
But it
were.
just shows how bad the division is. Because usually, I mean, normally the Cowboys and Eagles will both be out. But this year, you got a division you could probably win with 8-8 or 9-7.
The Cowboys-
9 and 7 get you.
No, I'm
8 and 8's
saying
not gonna
with
get
your
you.
record, normally you would be out.
8 and 8's not going to get you.
Possibly in the East.
Nah.
9-7 is probably where it's
9
going
and
to be.
7's
We
got
make
to.
the
It's
playoffs,
got to
we're
be.
good. We make the playoffs. We're good. We got a bunch of guys.
You
They
didn't win a
got to win
playoff
games.
game ever. It don't matter if you make the
This
playoffs.
is a whole different.
It's just a
year.
formality.
We got a whole different team.
I think whoever wins December 9th will win the division. I'll say that. Eagles, Cowboys.
Eagles got to beat the Giants. You guys got to beat the
And
Giants.
Dallas.
And you guys have no D-backs
And
right
Redskins
now.
twice.
And
Skins are done, I think.
I think Skins are done
Colt
because of
McCoy's, they're
that
done.
injury.
I'm just saying.
You got Colin Kaepernick out there though.
I don't like the
They
Eagles'
should go
body
get-
language. Eagles' body language just looks like we're throwing
Eagles
in the
got the
towel.
Rams, though,
Their
again.
body language reminds me of Andy Reid's last year.
Yeah.
You remember last year where it was just like after a couple losses in a row,
Yeah,
they
it was
just
done.
they were kind of tuning out.
Like
They were
Eagles
kind of
fans,
waiting for the season to be over,
Eagles fans,
and that's what their body
love
language
Andy.
looks right now.
like we loved Andy, and we were like, yeah, it's probably time for a change.
But it wasn't. I mean, he had lost the
He's
team,
the
so it
real
wasn't.
deal, though.
He lost the team at that
Real
time,
This
so
coaching tree is impressive.
looking at it, like, yeah, probably it was time for him to go, but in reality, probably not. Like, he is an impressive coach, head coach in this league. He turns teams around.
Here's
And
the
what he does
schedules.
with quarterbacks is ridiculous.
What do you think? Eagles got Cowboys one more time in Dallas.
Loss for them.
They got the Texans, who are on a 6-game winning streak.
7
Loss.
Redskins.
win.
They have the Redskins again.
They have won the Redskins twice.
Yeah, Redskins twice. That's their schedule. So you
The
figure
hardest remaining schedule left in the league right now.
you got the Rams. You got to figure that's a loss. And then you're gonna think you could try to get Texans Skins. Cowboys have the Saints on Thursday.
We may not.
That's a
win
loss.
Game.
That's a loss. They're not winning that.
They're losing that. Then they got the Colts who are on a hot streak.
That's probably another loss.
Bucks and Giants.
They'll beat the Bucks.
Giants.
How can you say we'll
They'll
beat
beat
anybody?
No, that's just Cowboys schedule.
Cowboys.
Why are you that confident to say the Eagles will beat anybody?
Cowboys got Colts, Bucks,
No.
Giants,
I
and
think the
Saints.
Eagles over our next
I think we could lose. I think we could win.
Our
all
next
but-
6 games.
All but
See.
one of them games. Yeah.
Our next 6 games we can go
And the
5.
Eagles.
We
so
can
it
go
comes
5
down
and
to the
1.
Eagles. If you both win out, it's going to Eagle Giants.
We can go 5 and
Eagles ain't
1.
winning out.
If we go 5 and 1, that takes us to 9
No,
and
I got
7.
to lost with the Rams.
And if we beat the Cowboys
Lost
last
to the
game,
Saints,
it ain't gonna
Kansas
matter.
We're gonna beat. We'll beat them again.
5 and 7, 5 and 1, and over the next 6 games gets us into the playoffs. Gets us the NFC East.
I respect your
Gotta beat the Giants.
confidence in
Gotta win.
Five and
Gotta
one.
beat the
in
Giants
our team.
5 and 1.
today.
I mean, that's a stretch that we haven't saw since last year.
5 and 1. It's not hard to do.
Yes, it is.
How?
Winning one is hard to do.
You got to beat the Giants one more
This is
time.
NFL
You got to beat
football.
the Redskins twice and the Cowboys one. That's already 4 wins there.
Winning
Who
a
is going to
game.
cover the Giants?
They're all
receivers
beatable
today?
teams, are they not? Who I just named? The Giants.
Everybody's
Redskins
winnable, I
twice.
think, for you besides the
Cowboys.
Rams.
Exactly. 5 and 1.
But they have the same kind of schedule, kind of.
That 5 and 1 can also be 1 and 5. Or 1 and 5.
No.
Definitely could.
Houston, I don't know where it's at. That's going to be a tough game.
Houston's the only toss-up game. So even if we don't do that, we go 4 and 2.
But with the
we're still
NFC
8 and
East,
8.
Roger, don't you guys usually split with the Skins, usually? 1-1?
That depends what kind of year it is.
I don't know how you're confident enough to say that the Eagles are good enough to beat anybody.
I look at the division as a whole, and I'm not impressed with
Your
it.
secondary is depleted. You have nobody.
Oh, our secondary might be the worst in the league.
So how you guys gonna stop anybody?
But I don't trust necessarily Dak throwing the ball, so I'm not worried about that. I don't necessarily trust Colt McCoy, do you? And Eli may complete more passes to us than he does his own team. So
No, your quarterback.
only people I'm worried about is Deshaun Watson
I don't know.
and
That looked
And,
pretty good against you guys.
what the heck's the quarterback's name over there? Came in with Wentz.
Who? Where?
Rams.
Oh, Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Golf's the real deal.
He's the real deal. Watson's the real deal.
So why do you
I'm not worried about Dak.
Zeke is
Dak
the
is
real
not impressed.
deal.
Yeah, Zeke's the real deal.
Zeke
We're
goes,
talking about
he
quarterbacks
goes.
right now. We're talking about secondaries.
Hold on. Before
You guys don't have none. That's what I'm saying. Like
we move on, hold on. If anyone is in need of credit repair, building credit, business loans, counseling, contact the Credit Lab in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Contact them for a free consultation at www.creditlab.com. You can follow their Facebook page at the Credit Lab, or you can call at 717-509-8899. And listeners, they offer our listeners $50 off of credit repair startup fee when they hear that you came to us from the Opinionated Facts podcast. So make sure you definitely check them out. I know personally that they really do good work. But moving forward here,
One of some of the comments we were saying about just a little bit what we were talking about, the Cowboys or the Eagles, whatever.
We had to have some comments on that Dwight Howard conversation.
I know, man. I know we got some
Yeah,
comments,
yeah.
man. Let's get some comments real quick. Anyway, while he's searching, because he's a Cowboys fan, so everything he does is mediocre. We can touch on man. If I ain't never seen a team mess some shit up last night, Michigan. Man, oh man, Michigan, yo.
we got
Like even if they made it a game, you still don't. They're
Hold
gonna
on,
drop.
hold on.
Okay.
we got the NFC East. First seed is always the worst first place in the league.
That's not true.
That's not true. It's not
Eagles
true.
were the best team in the league last year. With a
Yeah,
backup
number 1
quarterback.
seed, went to the Super Bowl. Who said that?
Oh, that was
They were the best team
Federico
in the league last
Rodriguez.
year. I think
Who?
Saints are the best team in the league last year, too.
Federico, Jay-Z line. Hit him with that Jay-Z line.
That's Dwayne's cousin.
Hey,
And then we have Lori Bear who said, "Who's to say they aren't others in the locker room that participate in the same lifestyle?" Talking about the way
We're not. They didn't come. They didn't get.
That's
tweeted
a valid
about.
thing, but
that's true.
the
They didn't
law
get tweeted
averages
about.
says there's gay people that playing professional sports, but you gotta live. It's usually private. I guarantee
Exactly.
there's gay people in NBA, NFL.
There's that Cowboys
when you
linebacker from
find out
some
about
years
it, can
back
you
in the 70s and 80s. That Cowboys linebacker just got
No,
married to a guy, and he was gay the whole time in the locker room, but
There's
no
a
one
few
ever
that came
knew.
out after their careers are over, but can
Yeah.
you play being gay? Can you play?
Can people know about it? That's the answer we're looking for. Can people that are not gay in the locker room be okay with it?
Because then when Collins came out, he was done. NBA, the twin.
He played the rest of that year. Remember he signed. He was done when he came out.
He got 10-day.
And then he got a 10-day contract, came back, and they
Yeah,
already
next
knew
year
he
he
was
was
gay.
coaching.
But then Yeah, it was a big thing because he was gay. It wasn't a big thing because Jason Collins is coming back
The
to the
thing
league.
was, he was gay his whole career, and nobody had an inkling.
No one asked. Yeah.
His brother said,
But
his
remember,
twin brother
he
barely knew.
He was engaged too.
You gotta
So,
live
girl.
a lie. You gotta live a
Yeah,
lie.
he was living a nice.
Jack wrote the Eagles' 10-game win streak starts today.
Oh, please.
Charlie Collin
I'd love to
wrote,
see
the Eagles have won 2 of the last 7 meetings versus the Skins.
Okay, well,
So-
I'm glad he said that. He's not gonna get me to change my mind. They're not good without their starting quarterback.
So Sean Cameron wrote, how you going to be damn near 7 foot and like men?
Sean Cameron's a cool dude. Man. I can't even.
Sean Cameron's about 7 foot himself.
Sean Cameron's a big
Oh,
guy.
man.
Hey there, Almond Brown. Man, that episode was just classic this morning. Yo.
Moving forward is I hate to say this too because I'm a big fan. Is Harbaugh overrated?
No. Because Michigan was nothing. I mean, they were on a.
Michigan was never nothing.
No, for a while though with Frank Rodriguez.
It was funny they lost that one game.
Rich Rodriguez.
Yeah.
They were down for a long time. Now they're in the playoffs. They were 1 game out from going to the playoffs.
Rich Rodriguez won one against Ohio State.
He's only been there what's Harbaugh's year?
4
3?
years. He lost 4 in a row to them now.
Myers 7 for 7. He's 7-0 against them boys.
I think Harbaugh. I think Rich won 1 and 3 against him.
It's funny. After the first game of the season, they played Notre Dame. Everyone was like, "Harbaugh's got to go. He's terrible. He's never want to win with them there." Da, da, da.
I think he will,
and then he
yeah.
comes all the way back. He comes out to number 4. And he's like, "Oh, Harbaugh's a genius." Shea Patterson, he's going to the NFL early, and then he loses 1 game after that. He goes on a 10-game win streak, loses 1 game.
What is the expectation at Michigan?
The expectation.
You got to beat Ohio State.
Yes.
That's the expectation. Even if you go 5-5, or 6-5 or 5-6, you got to beat Ohio State.
So if he goes 4-6 this year, but he beats Ohio State, is that okay? He's good again?
Anyone can save their job winning 1 game. We know that. He goes 4-6. They think about
They
5, but
brought
he
Harbaugh
beats
there to
Ohio
win
State.
championships, though.
They did. They brought him in to do a lot of things, and he got him up to number 4. He had him in the race.
I can't say he looked terrible last night. It's not that we're really weak to defend him, because you can't be number 1 defense in the country and give up 60.
Yeah.
When you really give up a touchdown for
Man,
weeks.
that speed kills. They were running them crossing routes.
Yeah, but Purdue, they were way
and they
faster
don't.
than
You know
Ohio
what?
State.
Talk about adjustments. They didn't make 1 adjustment
And that's what it
because
came
they
down to.
ran that
Post-halftime.
crossing route all game, and even at the end of the game, they were still running it, and they were
Yeah,
still
but
wide
Dwight
open.
beating the brakes off you.
Yo, but you gotta make some go to a zone or something.
I think
Do something.
They were scoring with him early.
But you can't go man to man and then never have these crossing routes. These guys are just getting. These guys are just getting plastered.
But when you've been the number 1 defense for the whole season, I mean, people can't even get 3 points against you.
That's why it's called an adjustment.
But do you just throw everything out the window for one game?
When someone finds a way to beat it, yes, that's what coaches do. Coaches get paid $7 million a year to make an adjustment that they're not normally going to make, or someone's not normally going to see or make.
I agree.
He gets $7 million.
But
He's got to know.
I
Look,
think it's more than that now, don't he?
I think it's
I
7.
think they gave him a raise.
But either way, like $7 million, yo, you are hired to make an adjustment at some point. If you're getting handled the way they were
But
getting.
we're gonna bring money. Urban Meyer's getting 9. That's why he's getting 9. Harbaugh getting
Make
7.
adjustment.
Urban Meyer's worth every penny he's making right now.
He is worth every penny.
And then he goes to the playoffs and gets beat.
Plus the
every
headaches.
year.
Plus the headaches he's going to give you.
Even though he won a national title.
But they got spanked last year. Looked like the reverse of last year.
Doesn't matter. He brought a title to the town.
I think James Franklin said it best at Penn State. Ohio State's here. There's only a few elite programs in the country. You're talking about the Alabamas, Clemson's right now, and he said Ohio State. He said, we're good. We're trying to get where Ohio State is. We're not there yet. Harbaugh's where Franklin's at. They're good. They can't get where Ohio State's at. They're not going to get there overnight. But they shouldn't have lost as bad as they lost yesterday. I say that.
Yeah, Michigan
That's
is
why I
more,
say-
like,
We're still talking about it, but not
No,
like that.
if it's a field goal game or touchdown game or even an overtime game, we're not really saying are they frauds.
So do you think that Harbaugh was eating nervous bird? That's why they lost?
oh my goodness.
Like Harbaugh said, he don't let his players eat chicken.
He don't eat chicken. 'cause they're
Only
nervous
eat
birds.
beef because chickens are nervous birds and you can't win with them.
Well, he might have had some turkey.
Look,
They're cousins.
all I'm saying is Lloyd Carr had Michigan playing at an elite level. That's the Michigan football that's been around for
Yeah,
the
but
last.
90s, B. It's 2018.
Exactly.
They need
But
to be.
that's the expectation. You asked the expectation. That's Michigan football.
But is it realistic? I
The
ask.
Michigan football I remember is losing to Appalachian State.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
That's like the Michigan I've seen.
That's the
over
That's the
time.
Michigan that we kind of been adults with.
Why was that a big deal?
Because they were
D2.
they were D1 AA school. Number one.
And
Yeah,
Michigan
something
They
was
were
what?
D1 AA school. They went into Michigan and
Oh,
be the number 2
in the
team
big house.
in the country at the time. They were 2 in the country at the time.
Would it have been a big deal if Michigan wasn't an elite program?
It probably would have been a big deal if they weren't ranked number 2 in the country.
That's what I'm saying.
No one would have talked about it.
Michigan wasn't
It'd still be a
elite.
story that a D1 AA team beat
It's
Power
always gonna
5
be a
conference
story.
team.
Even though it happens more often now. But it's
Yeah,
still,
it does.
They,
And
were-
now Appalachian
They
State-
set the trend though.
Appalachia's now a D1 school, no AA anymore. They're now
Yes.
they came up.
When Michigan is an
Still
elite,
subdivision though.
they're an elite basketball program. I mean football program.
Who?
Michigan.
No.
Absolutely.
That's where
Not elite.
That's where they
So
were
money
If
at.
you're
or
talking
wins?
historically,
Historically, yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Historically. That's
So is Harvard.
the expectation.
then Harvard for other
has never
reasons
been-
though, man.
But Harvard was winning Heisman's every year back in 1910.
No, I'm talking about 1910. We're
Historically,
talking about
man,
in our
you-
lifetime, Michigan's been relevant.
I don't when.
When they were number 2 and lost to Appalachian State, they were
No,
relevant.
they
then.
never. Don't
You
matter how
have
you start, how
Charles-
you finish.
You have a Charles Woodson.
That was the last time they were good. But that was 94, 95,
And not the last
97,
time they were
97.
good. Like you're talking about national championship type. But they've been good. They won Big Ten titles since then.
Big Ten was down. Big Ten
No,
was down for a while.
Big Ten was not.
Until
down.
Urban Meyer came back, the Big Ten was bad, man.
It was not. No.
It was bad, B. I told you that.
We never agreed on it.
And they
Like,
were,
it was never. It was never as bad as you thought it was. They
it
went
was
from.
worse.
Joe Paterno always had Penn State relevant.
I'm gonna leave Joe alone.
Thank you. And
Then Penn State was down too. No, they were good with Bill Bryan.
that's the expectation that Michigan has. Like Michigan should be at the Ohio State level. It should never be that. It should never be what 4 straight wins, 7 straight wins,
7 from Meyer.
7 straight wins. It should never be that. And that's why they keep firing these coaches.
Yeah, but I'm saying, are they being realistic?
Why would they not be? Like, where do you think
'Cause I
Michigan
just don't
belongs?
think they're
at?
on that level yet.
They were there before.
You're talking 20 years ago. You sound like a Cowboy fan.
No.
Easy.
You
No,
got-
not
you
at
won
all.
you're 2 playoff wins in 25 years, 20 years. Michigan was good in the 90s. There was Michigan fans online today showing highlights from 99. Because that's the last time they beat Ohio State.
That's not.
They
not
showed
the
Tom
last
Brady
time.
going to game-winning drive against Ohio State. They were showing highlights of
That's
it.
not the last time.
But
they beat
that's not the
Ohio
last
State.
time.
Team, but-
man.
But that's
Pretty
the
much.
thing. That's what. Look,
Last time it mattered.
they got us
Yes.
at some point. Which if
You're-
it-
not to
Ohio
mention-
State's going up to the big house next year. If
That-
Harbaugh don't bring that home, if he's still around, like he's got to go.
The thing that it did help that they were in the big horseshoe.
Yeah, I'm about to
Yeah,
say.
like it's hard to play there. That's a tough place to play.
Nah, but 60,
He blocked that punt, it was over. As soon as you blocked that punt, I knew. Like
that's the
game's
most
over.
points they ever given up in Michigan history.
Yo,
I know.
he blocked that
Number one
punt. That was like the
defense.
Penn State Ohio State game. When he blocked that punt, it didn't matter. The whole stadium was shaking. He blocked that punt. He ran back a touchdown. You knew it didn't matter what happened. That game was over.
Like that whole historic, like this is a historic Ohio State win over Michigan. This is one that's going to be on their record books and on their highlight tapes forever because they came in there, number 4 team in the country, win and you're in, and they lost it.
So, does Ohio State get in the playoffs? They got to
No.
play Northwestern next week for the championship.
They don't get in. All right, yeah. Do your 4 picks. College playoffs. Who's the 4?
Man, the Big
First
Ten-
4 in.
The Big Ten East is like a joke.
Well, it's still fluid because
Big Ten
Georgia.
West.
And
Well, who
Alabama
do you
next
think
week.
is going to win? That's what I mean. So even if you
Alabama
say
or
Alabama, you think Alabama's going to beat Georgia then, obviously. That's what you're saying.
No, because I think if they lose to Georgia, they still get in as 4.
At 4. Like they did it before.
They did it before. So you got Alabama, Clemson, automatics. Notre Dame, they're done now.
No, they don't have it. They don't.
Yeah, they're guaranteed.
Yeah.
So the only one that's
Which is
guaranteed
BS
right now.
though.
Yeah,
They should have to play a conference game to get in. Like,
I agree.
And
it's
all
good.
these other people got to go through conference games. They got a bye week. I mean, I don't
The thing that
know.
hurts Harbaugh also is he lost to Notre Dame week 1. So you
That's
lost
what
in
I
2
mean.
big games.
I mean, they play a tough schedule. Notre Dame plays a tough schedule.
No, on paper they weren't good though because USC.
Because
was
they always
down.
played US like the Pac-12 teams.
But they were all down.
They were all down. Like that's not the same schedule anymore, buddy.
So Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame.
It's gonna come down to Oklahoma, or
Georgia.
or Georgia. You think? Because I think.
So if Georgia beats Alabama, are they in? 4? 2 SEC teams again?
Oh, they get in.
They beat
If
Alabama.
Georgia beats Alabama, they're in automatic. It's automatic. Whoever wins the SEC game gets in automatic. The only situation they're going to have in that room is whether or not to put the loser of that game in. If Georgia loses, they're done. They don't get in because you have Oklahoma sitting there.
Oklahoma
you have
played West Virginia yesterday. West Virginia?
Yeah, Friday, 59-56.
56.
That was.
That's
not impressive.
These Big 12 teams, man, I don't know.
That quarterback over there that was impressive, and he can win any game by himself. But they're gonna play. They got to play Texas, number 14 team in the country.
Mm-hmm. Number 11 now, I think.
For the Big 12 championship,
mm-hmm.
which they lost to during the season, which they can very well beat now.
So if they beat them, that's the only loss, and they redeemed it.
They should get in over Penn State. Not Penn State. I'm sorry, Ohio State. They should get in over Ohio State.
I think the reason they get in is because Ohio State jumped everybody last time they beat Michigan,
Yes.
and then they went in the playoffs and got
But that
spanked.
loss to Purdue was just too great of a loss.
Yeah, not even ranked. And they got smacked too.
They got smacked in Purdue. I don't know who number 4 was, but man,
Dude was
he's a star.
I saw him in the first.
As a freshman, he's a star.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
I wish I remembered his
big-time
freaking
player.
name, but he's a star. So, Alabama, assuming they beat Georgia, but
They're
if
in
they don't,
regardless.
they're in regardless. Clemson, obviously. Notre Dame, by default almost. I feel like they should have to play a game.
But they're not.
I know, and they should, but that's the thing. Like, so what happens if Oklahoma goes in? They handle Texas, and then you have Georgia, who beats Alabama. Then where does Notre Dame go? They still go in?
Notre Dame's in.
Notre Dame's in.
Yeah, it's whack.
They bring
That's
a
whack
lot
to
of
me.
money. They bring a lot of.
Oh,
fans.
that's right. I told you that. Remember, I told you that.
Dame's in.
I told you that 8 weeks ago. I
Yes.
said Notre Dame gets in if they win all their games. They get in because they just bring too much money.
No, they
I
had
called
to,
this
I mean,
shit-
they are
I called
12
that shit weeks ago.
12-0. They beat Michigan.
Yes.
Well, my 4 picks I remember from like 8 weeks ago. I had Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Notre Dame. So I think those.
Best case
I'm still
scenario
sticking
is
with
Alabama
those.
wins, and then you decide who the 4th is. So right now, I guess Oklahoma goes in there tomorrow, Tuesday? Or Georgia?
It's going to be Georgia
You're putting Georgia in.
if they win.
I'm talking about as of Tuesday when they release it.
Oh, as of Tuesday, no, they're unchanged.
No, Michigan has to go.
Right. I forgot their number. Georgia will be in.
I think it'll be Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
It'll be Georgia. They're number 5.
Who is it?
Georgia.
Georgia's number 5 right now. Oklahoma's number 6. The only way to do it would be to move Michigan back to like number 7 or 8 or maybe even 9, and then you would move up Georgia to number 4, Oklahoma to number 5, Ohio State to number 6.
Up to 6. What about UCF?
They don't, they ain't
Nobody
got,
respects you.
hey, and they not disrespect them. They lost their quarterback. That's one play a factor.
Yo, that ruined my day. Seeing him go down like
They
that.
lost their quarterback, and they don't play in that Power 5 conference, and that hurts as well.
20, what,
You know who
4
they're
straight?
playing? You know who they're
24
playing though in their championship game?
Cincinnati.
Memphis.
Oh, Memphis.
They're playing Memphis.
Speaking of Memphis, Anthony Hardaway.
I mean, I didn't want to jump into that. But I just happened
You brought it
I
up.
did. I did bring it up, so you go ahead with it. But
Great segue, huh? Anthony Hardaway, coach at Memphis, lands the #1 basketball recruit in the country this week.
hold up, though. Derrick Rose played at Memphis. It's like a boo.
Nah,
it's like a boo crap.
No, they've been bull crap since Calipari and Derrick Rose left.
DeJuan Wagner played there.
That wasn't. We're back to 2003 again.
I don't care. I'm just saying there was big names there before.
No,
Only
they-
for a 3-year
listen,
window when
they all-
Calipari was
They
there.
all played for big time coach. Calipari
Hey.
is known as a
UMass was good with Calipari.
Penny's a big time name. That's what you want. Calipari's a big time name. He's a big time coach.
No, I'm saying, but they didn't.
Penny's a big time
since
name.
Calipari left, they've been irrelevant.
So let's dive into this.
Yeah.
Let's dive into this thing. Penny Hardaway, Anthony, one of the greatest players I ever watched. Like I loved watching Penny. Penny was great. The only reason he got the job was because he was an AAU coach of these recruits that were coming up. I think he had the #1 guy in that class. I think he has a #4 guy in that class. And
Beat up Kentucky twice for both recruits.
yes, and Memphis hired him because they knew he coached them kids. So what we're saying here is AAU basketball got Penny Hardaway a big-time college basketball job.
But he coached high school last year.
Yes,
And he won a state title.
with them same kids.
With them same
He
kids.
did, but they are from Tennessee. So he's keeping homegrown talent.
Yes, okay. But are we hiring guys now because of their AAU connections? In the state of basketball that we're in now, with sneaker companies coming in,
Nah,
they're
say what
already
you said
paying-
earlier, man, before he got here. What did you say earlier about Penny? You said he's not a college graduate. He shouldn't be getting paid that much money.
I'm not sure.
No.
No, but listen,
Let
I
me
don't
finish
wanna
what
go
I'm
on record.
saying.
He's not college.
This is what you
Yeah.
said. This is what you
I
said.
confirmed it, bit.
You said he's not a college graduate. He shouldn't be getting paid that kind of money, being one of the highest paid people at the college.
In
And
the
he
state. In the state.
in the
of Memphis.
state. And he in the college. I said, what do you got to have a
Let's not
college
pretend
degree
like
for?
you're at a college.
What do you
you're
need a
not there
college
for
degree
education,
for?
You're there to win ball games.
LeBron came right out the league and had a $90 million contract from Nike. You don't got to go to college to make money.
No, I fully agree with that. But to be the highest paid guy at your academic institution, you should have some sort of degree.
And what did he do already? He brought in the #1 recruit in the country. So he's already worth whatever
what
he got paid.
I told you this, so you change your mind. So he's only getting paid from the school $200,000.
What's the rest of the money coming from?
Private funds.
Oh man.
That means it's coming from the school.
No, private donors, alumni.
Right, it's coming from
Up to
the school.
1.3. His contract is for $4.5 million, 3 years, which is half of what Tubby Smith had. So the school saved money by firing Tubby and hiring Penny.
Now, do you think that is because he don't have a degree?
No, I think it's because you don't have the resume.
You know, the resume. That's all it's about. But let him go in there and get to the Sweet 16 or something. Oh, his contract will be different.
We'll see if the AAU didn't connect, because he has that Bluff City League. He runs down in Memphis trying to keep homegrown talent. And
well, now he has rules, and now he's part of the NCAA.
But Penny also built the Hall of Fame there. He funded the money for the Hall of Fame Memphis got.
I'm saying, like,
and he's alumni.
It's not a bad hire for Memphis. I see that. Like, I see everything about, like, Penny is the best thing that ever happened to Memphis basketball.
Yes, I would
ever.
agree.
Really? Outside of Calipari?
Outside of
No,
college.
'cause he's done all that. He built the Hall of Fame there. He has the Bluff City League. He built that. It's like Spooky.
You're saying I thought you meant the college, the university, or you just mean Memphis, period.
No, he built the Hall of Fame at Memphis University.
Oh, okay.
But he also built the Bluff City League. He has the Bluff City League that has all the national talent coming in. And then he
which that #1 recruit played in.
Yes, but then he played for Penny last year in high school. But he's from Nashville. So he's just keeping kids from Tennessee staying in Tennessee. And his thing was to keep the talent home.
That's what every coach says.
But these kids he's getting are from Tennessee. So it's not like he's going to California stealing AAU recruits.
If anything, he's still in Tennessee recruits.
Would he be hired if he didn't have those
Them
recruits?
kids that would maybe go to Tennessee or go to
Would
Auburn.
he be hired if he didn't have those recruits?
No.
Would he be hired if he wasn't Penny Hardaway? No.
So, do we want our next head coach, whoever your team is on the college level, to be the #1 AAU, to be the head coach of the #1 AAU team in the country?
I thought it wasn't always about what you knew; it was about who you knew.
It is. What about Patrick Ewing? Does he get Georgetown without being Patrick Ewing?
No,
he has the resume.
No, he don't.
No, he don't.
What are you talking about? He was
Orlando.
He almost got head
Would
NBA
he
jobs.
would he have been all that if he wasn't Patrick Ewing? No.
But he still had a resume.
I said it don't look as
Like,
bad
he
for
coached
Hardaway.
he coached in the NBA for years.
What do you remember when you remember Patrick Ewing?
He's an assistant coach.
I remember him getting dunked on by Jordan. That's all I remember.
And I remember Pippen putting nuts on him.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not saying, listen.
That's all I remember. I don't remember
not-
Patrick Ewing the coach.
Nah, and
But
sweating.
you wouldn't, because how many assistant coaches are you
I
going to
remember. I remember Pippen throwing to the ground, just looking at him, and he was like, he
nothing to do with
off of
anything.
him.
Now, don't disrespect Pat. He's Hall of Famer.
Hey,
Assistant coach.
Hey.
No assistant coach is going to get the credit that he deserves because
10
he's
weeks
assistant
ago,
coach.
B-Way was saying Dwight Howard's a Hall of Famer.
I don't ever remember saying
You stand
Dwight
by that?
I don't.
That was one of our shows. Ask Jack. Oh, it was Jack. Jack's
No.
not here.
Ass his ass, man. Hall of Famer's Hall of Famer, B.
As
Don't let that-
that was a conversation on one of our podcasts. Was Dwight Howard?
Yeah, Dwight
Hall of
Howard's going
Famer?
in, though.
No, he is going in.
I think Jack.
He is going in.
See?
My God, you guys are terrible, man.
That's it. Yeah, we can't talk about it. We gotta go to something else.
You guys went there. We're talking
I'm
about
sorry.
Memphis basketball.
Penny
here.
Hardaway. That's right. Pat Ewing brought this back. He's center. You know.
We got
It was
some
a good-
comments.
All right.
It was a good hire by
We got hiring Penny was a natural choice. Big name guy. Big expectations. He would
With no degree.
He would be able to recruit those big name kids from Sean.
Especially kids want to play with celebrities now.
Yes, they do.
He's a celebrity coach, and he can relate to the players.
All I'm saying, with no degree, no college coaching.
Why does the degree matter to you so much?
Because you're working. You're a highest paid guy at a college.
But
He's not teaching anybody
I
besides
agree.
the
He's
game
teaching
of
the game
basketball.
Yes.
But he's not showing them calculus.
I'm not saying. Look, my argument. It makes it sound like I'm against Penny being the head coach of Memphis.
Sound
I'm
like
I
not.
understand what you're saying, but you
I'm
also
not. Like,
You sound like an educator that's against other people getting paid more money.
No, I'm not. I want everybody to eat. Like I'm
Don't sound like
I'm
it.
not saying that. I'm just saying that it's a slippery slope we're going down here. The little Ray and them. We go to AAU basketball. We coach AAU basketball. We see see little Ray Ray over there with the Timbs and the slacks that coaches the best team in the country sometimes.
But
it don't take much to coach the best teams in the country.
it's not. He didn't just do AAU. I'm saying he was an assistant at the high school. Coach got sick, took over the head job, won 28-3, won a Tennessee State title. So his resume is not like just an AAU guy.
Yes.
He's been trying to get back for a while.
There's been what, multiple great high school basketball coaches. They don't get the top job in the state. Like your normal progression is from like
eventually Hurley just got the job. Where Hurley at?
No, Hurley, the Hall of Fame high school coach Hurley is not.
No, his son is.
Yeah, the son.
I'm saying, but he came up with his dad.
Yeah, he went to a small, and now he's at Connecticut. But he started at like a small
too.
Division I school, and it's like who you know.
Yeah,
His dad was a Hall of Fame coach.
He'll get more time than Kevin Ollie did.
Well, his dad was a Hall of Fame coach, and his brother is the head coach at Arizona State.
We won't speak on that yet. We won't make that a topic.
I thought Ollie did something to get in trouble though.
No,
Stop
they manufactured something to take his money from him.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Did Kevin dirty. He won a national championship there with a team.
They
that
were
shouldn't
bums
have-
though. They were bad.
But with a team that shouldn't have won one.
yeah, but they were bad ever since.
Doesn't matter. He won with a team that
So
shouldn't
how
have
long you
won
gonna give
one.
him?
I'm giving him the next 7 years, 10
Nah.
maybe.
He probably had 7.
My thing wasn't that they fired him. I wasn't
Yeah,
mad they
4
fired
years.
him. They took his money. It was messed up because he had a guaranteed contract.
Well,
If you're gonna fire me early in the contract, I got 10 years. Give my money.
And Hurley's a great coach. Like I'm not saying anything about Hurley, but like Hurley, again, probably has a better resume than Penny because he was coaching.
But Hurley couldn't have brung the guys Penny brought to Tennessee, Memphis.
Yeah, he could. If he went out there,
No, he wouldn't have.
if he went out there and coached
Stop
on the
it.
grassroots organization and coached the AAU team, you don't think he would have got them kids to come with him?
No, can't win with him.
Who? Get on
Hurley.
who?
Not in Memphis. Not with Hurley.
No, Hurley's about to win in
James
Connecticut.
Wiseman does not go to Memphis if Hurley gets
who
the
cares,
job.
man?
I'm not saying that.
He's
But
at
what
Kentucky.
I'm saying is, if he went in the New Jersey, New York area where he's from, and coached a local AAU team, well, not a local one, a national one, and got national attention, and got a head job, he's getting those next batch of recruits. That's what I'm saying.
But the recruit, they moved from Nashville to Memphis and played and lived there and played high school under Penny. So of course they were gonna go with Penny.
That's all I'm saying. I see that relationship on a smaller level too, like it happens now. So this thing is getting out of hand, and it's not getting out of hand. I don't want to say like it's a bad thing, but I'm saying is this the new wave? Like hiring these AAU coaches that have great connections to these big time jobs.
Look,
I don't think so.
predominantly,
because
where
of
do
the money
most of the
there.
better basketball players come from? Like, they're African Americans. Number one recruits in the country are usually African Americans. I mean, I don't want to be racist about it, but that's just the facts. Facts are the facts.
Numbers are numbers.
And what's going to draw them to a place they wouldn't normally go? Some kind of celebrity, like Penny Hardaway, the guy
Not
that
just
they
a
can,
guy that
a
plays.
guy that they can,
More
they
guys
can,
want to play
they can
coach now.
relate to.
Here's the thing,
This guy Penny, just like he was.
What about
growing up.
Tyronn Lue getting the Cavs job without the resume?
It doesn't. It's the
Tyronn,
truth,
he had a
though.
resume.
I'm not
Like,
stereotyping
he
on
was-
this.
Not to be head coach of a championship team.
It's the truth.
He was
0-0.
he turned down jobs though. Like Ty Lue was Doc Rivers wanted him to get a couple head jobs. Like he turned down other multiple jobs. He was making
Tyronn Lue
just
got
as
the
much-
job because that's who LeBron wanted the job to go to.
He was making just as much as
Exactly.
David Blatt though. Like he wasn't making that much less than him. And that's before they hired.
That's
I
who
mean,
LeBron wanted the job to be.
that's
who the
before
job,
they
that's who
got
the job
LeBron.
is.
You see the trend of players becoming coaches now. That's the trend that's going. Not just AAU guys, but more players are getting involved with the coaching.
And more players want to play alongside of a guy that actually played and not a guy that just coached.
No, like it's cute right now because you guys are defending because it's Penny Hardaway.
I don't give a damn about Penny.
But next time it's gonna be little Bobby Johnson from Little
I can't see
Rock,
From the
Little-
Deuces.
from Little Rock, Arkansas.
From Deuces.
OG Bobby
Oh,
Johnson.
geez, Bobby Johnson.
And he's gonna get the next job at Texas Southern and bring in the top 10 recruits that he coached in AAU.
I don't
And then
see
it's
it
gonna be
happening.
like, oh, who's this coach?
We just seen the
Anyway.
trial go on with where the money's going. The money's always still going to go with the big university and the big names.
He might get a big
Oh,
job.
man, Penny deserved the job. That's basically what we're getting
Why?
to. Either he does it or he don't. You don't think he does?
I
believe
understand
he-
your
I
argument about it,
believe-
B. I just think Penny's the wrong one to pick because he's from Memphis. He does all those things in Memphis. He's a Hall of Famer in Memphis. His jersey's retired in Memphis, and he built the Hall of Fame in Memphis. He's a Memphis guy. So it's a great hire for them.
But are these guys getting
If
jobs?
it was
at-
a guy who was an AU guy from out of town, then I understand the argument would be better. It just don't work with Penny.
Are these guys getting jobs at like North Carolina and stuff like that? No, not big time schools.
it
And
starts
Memphis
out
wasn't
like
big.
this. Like Duke wasn't going with the one and gun, the one and done guys.
Now they are.
Yeah, because that's the wave. That's how it started. Now Memphis started something. Next year, Memphis is going to be relevant.
Oh, they're gonna be relevant.
Yeah.
So now
But we
when
still
they're
haven't
relevant,
seen one of these guys go to like a big time school.
and
Who?
It's going to happen. We talking
I
about a
don't-
coach?
Yeah.
It's going to
Like
happen.
Pat Union, like them
I
guys
think the
aren't.
first time because LeBron's coach from St. Vincent, St. Mary. What? He got a head coach. He got a college job off of that.
Yeah, the one that coached his freshman.
What,
the one
no
that
degree,
coached his
right?
freshman. No, I think he was a college grad.
I don't know.
Anyway,
What I'm saying is that it's just a rough situation for. It's not a rough situation. I'm just saying like there's coaches that are come up the college tree that are grinding. Like that college coaching life is rough. Your first couple of years, you're living in an apartment or you're living in the dorm room with the kids, and then you work your way up, and then you get passed over for the job by.
That's every job. That's not just coaching.
Nah, that's not every job.
that is. I've been passed over at my job before.
Yeah, but your job is also paying you. Like,
They're getting paid.
no, they're not. Like these young college coaches are not getting paid. Like they might get tuition reimbursement to get your master's, or they might give you a stipend, but you're not getting paid until you get like your first.
It's the same thing in podcasts or journalism. You get a guy that goes through 4 years of journalism. He writes for the local newspaper in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and then you get the athlete who retires and he gets Monday Night Football like Jason Witten.
I don't like that either.
I know, I'm saying, but it happens all over in every industry.
Yeah,
Like Witten is on Monday Night Football. He used to be the premier broadcaster in the nation.
I get it. But
Played
that's
for
a little
America's
more.
team.
That's like at a lesser.
He's terrible too.
Witten's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Romo
he's the worst.
was the truth. Romo's the
good.
truth. Romo's the truth in the
But
booth.
Witten is bad, man. He says that I'm really looking up. I was like, what? What did he say? He's
Hey.
terrible.
How about?
How about the Lakers streaking, man? Let's move on.
Well, hold on. Let's get to your shirt.
What about my shirt?
How can you say?
What about my shirt?
How can you sit there and
Sit down.
and give Colin Kaepernick the Sit Down and Be Humble award, and then you're wearing a shirt today?
I always
Support
said
him.
I support him off the field. I said he's a bum on the field. I don't understand how that's a problem. I
What's your
support
say?
the guy.
What's your say?
I support the guy.
You don't. You said you told him to stop.
I support the guy.
Then why
I told you
tell him
that
to stop?
before. I said I thought he. I even said this, and you can quote me on it. That I think he's good for the world. I just don't think he's good on the football field.
You told him to
My
sit down and be
judgment
humble.
was just based on his actions and who he is on the field, not off the field.
Peterman got trial last week with the Lions. Just saying. Nathan Peterman,
Hey, he's young.
1 touchdown to like 50 interception. Nathan Peterman just got cut by the
I think it's
worst
32.
team in the league.
Anyway,
I think we gotta wrap up. How much time we
nah,
got here?
Lakers are streaking. Lakers are streaking, man. We gotta talk about
I
that.
don't know what that means. I don't know what.
Dwayne don't think he can speak behind the camera for some reason. Like he could definitely speak. Anyway, we won't jump into the Lakers streaking. We'll give out the Sit Down and Be Humble award.
No, you got a lot. You got a lot to do. Like we don't have that much time.
Nah,
to do
I
everything
don't.
here.
It's going to one guy. It's going to Draymond Green.
You
We
give
know
us
why
a
he's going to
number.
Draymond because he's going to be the reason why Kevin Durant leaves Golden State. Even though I think he was leaving anyway, he just pushed him out the door. And Draymond, none of us would know Draymond if he played in Charlotte. If he played for Charlotte, we wouldn't know who Draymond Green was. So that's why he needs to sit down and be humble because Steph Curry and Clay have been carrying this guy to titles, and I get it. He's part of the team, and he's not a garbage player. But
Disrespecting Draymond.
no, I'm not saying he's a garbage player. He
just said the
he
niggas-
does
they're
he
carrying
does what
him.
he's supposed to do.
No, Draymond
But
fits that
don't
team.
ever disrespect one of the greatest players in the world like that. Ever in your lifetime.
He did disrespect.
And he disrespected that man.
You should sit him down and be humble because he just cost himself about 70, 80 million.
Hey, I don't care what he did to himself. You disrespected one of the greats. That's my issue with you.
Call him a bitch. Let's keep it real.
That don't happen. Steve Kerr, if he got punched by Michael, he didn't react that way. I bet you he didn't call Michael no bitch. Because he ain't going to disrespect one of the
5
greats.
times. He a bitch. He
Yeah,
a bitch. He
exactly.
kept saying that's kind of disrespect. Can y'all be friends again?
So, Kevin Durant, not Kevin Durant, but Draymond Green, sit down and be humble, buddy. I never liked the guy anyway, but it wasn't personal.
Full disclosure, you never liked Draymond.
I never liked them, but I never gave him this award either. But it's time. It's time. It's time he gets it. He's done some things, kicking people in the nuts and everything. He's done some things. It's time. He was disrespectful. It don't matter.
The thing is, if they trade
Honestly,
Draymond,
if that's Steph Curry running the court like Kevin Durant was, he gives that ball to Steph. He gives it to him.
So now you think he's a hater.
Oh, he's definitely. They had issues when they first got there.
He's the one
I
that
thought he made
recruited him.
a bad basketball play, but a lot of times he does run the break. He just turned it over that time. You got to give it up.
5 seconds left.
You got to give it up.
You know who that ball goes to.
But he does do
Kevin
that a lot.
Durant knows who that ball goes to.
Why
Steve Kerr and the GM know who that ball goes to. That's why they suspended the guy. Not because, he reacted. No. Yeah, he reacted out of character.
They said the locker room got ugly.
Yeah. And he should have gave that ball up. He lost the game for him. I would much rather see KD run down there and fall than see Draymond run down there and fall.
No, anybody would. But Draymond, he's got a little too big for his britches because he's a little, I don't want to say a Joakim Noah type of player.
Quietly.
But he fits on the team in an era where he can really he can guard 5 through 1. Mm-hmm. So he fits that team where you got a team full of shooters, you got a guy that can defend, he can play your 5 when you go small ball. But if you put him on Detroit, he's not really a factor.
Yeah, well, Joakim Noah and them guys, they never thought that
he
they
wants
were
a
the
max
guy.
deal. He said he wants a super max.
Yeah, he thinks he's the guy now.
Yeah, and
he's not.
If he gets traded, he's going to be like my man Isaiah Thomas. Like he was good for Boston.
He's not.
And you want to bring back out the Brinks truck, but you end up in Sacramento playing for $2 million or in Denver playing for $1 million.
Yeah, because he's not that guy. Yeah. The guys around him make him better.
So he needs to sit down and be humble.
Steph's drawing a lot of attention.
And he can make $18-20 million a year.
Steph's drawing that kind of attention in KD. That's why he's the player he is. Like, he should be thanking them guys. He shouldn't be calling them bitches.
No, I agree. Like you got to know where the bag is. Like if you're Tata them, like you don't disrespect Hov. Like you know Hov the money.
No, yeah. Like, you ever hear Tata say anything bad about Jay? No, hell no.
Like LeBron's boys, like they know LeBron's like
see what
that's
Emery
the money.
did? Emery sat his ass down and be
12 years. Emery sat it down for 12 years. Like, I ain't telling that man. I'm gonna be nice like
money, man. And Draymond's not protecting the bag. Oh, the rings.
So what we doing? Anything fancy? What we doing?
Nah, I think we gotta get out of here, man.
We got a lot of topics on the table.
Yeah, we got a lot, man. And I apologize for not getting your our fantasy.
We can run them out quick.
Fantasy options out there. Go ahead, real quick for the fantasy people.
You got Brandon. You starting today?
I'm starting Breda, running back for San Francisco 49. That's my sleeper. I think he can have a hell of a day, and that's who I'm starting. Bye week, he got a little healthy, and that's who I'm starting.
You're starting because of the matchup, because the Bucks suck.
Well, the Bucks do suck, and I'm also that's another reason.
And on that note, start Jameis Winston today too. He's gonna go off.
Well, that's a risk.
No, not against Tampa Bay. You could go out there and throw over 200 on them.
No, he played Tampa Bay. Who's he playing against?
They're playing Tampa Bay. I mean, San Francisco.
You also got at least two options in the Giants-Eagles game because any receiver right now starting against the Eagles. So obviously Beckham, you're going to start regardless. Sterling Shepard, obviously he should be a starter.
I think Dalvin Cook bounces back. We had 9 carries, 11 yards last week. Packers, I think he'll bounce back this week.
I'm going with.
I think he's only saying that because he threw him in his lineup this week as a flex. I look at all that, so I know.
No, I go Mike Evans. I think he'll bounce back. I think Carson Wentz. He had 1.7 last week. Jack knows.
Shout out to Jack. That got me a win.
He's gonna go up. He'll go up this week.
What about Kittles from?
I think Kittles is
George.
Man, top 3 tight end this week.
Yes. Man, I like George a lot.
Because Marquise Goodwin's out and Pierre Garçon out. So they had 3 undrafted receivers this week. They're going to go to Kittles all day.
So make sure if you have any of those guys, make sure you plug them in for our Facebook Live listeners. Anyway, we got to get shout outs and get up out of here. We've been going a little long. We don't want
to shout outs.
Miss the 1 o'clock games or anything like that. We want to let everybody get out and watch their game. So, Red, got any shout outs this week?
Nah, I don't think I have any shout outs this week.
No shout outs this week.
I am missing a iPad charger.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah,
I do have your iPad.
You got my iPad. Brianna White got my charger, iPad charger. So yeah, whenever you guys want to give that stuff back, that's my shout outs.
I don't know how that got shout out. We're gonna call some more Mr. 20K, and Mr. 20K. See if Mr. 20K got any shout outs.
You know. Shout outs to no one. I ain't changed with 20K. You know, I appreciate you guys having me back.
Always, man, always. Part of the Opinionated Facts extended family.
Yeah, I mean, next time you want me, can you give me a little more heads up? Like the last 2 weeks, I had like an hour notice, and then yesterday it was like, I text you, you're like, hey, by the way, Jack's off tomorrow, we need you. But hey, I'll keep coming back as long as I can come. I appreciate it. It's fun. Man cave conversation. I had a good time. I had a lot of notes, man, for some other topics. It's a shame we couldn't.
Yeah, y'all spent too much time on Dwight. No,
His ass problem became
no
our
pun
problem.
intended, but y'all spent too much time on Dwight, man.
Ass is ass, man.
Yeah, that hurt us. We didn't get to a lot of topics thanks to Mr. Howard, man.
Yeah, they ain't probably doing a lot of pricing either in Washington. He messed up everybody's life.
Oh, this guy.
You guys are terrible, man.
You gonna watch on Monday see Dwight play?
He better play. He better not be a sore glute, or you're gonna have all his jokes continue.
Nah, the jokes is out. That's not. Look, they're
Stop
circling.
calling it the glute.
I'm calling it
He's
glute.
out with a sore ass.
Glute. Anyway, shout out from me. Shout out to everybody battling vertigo. That thing is real, man. That thing, man, have you rocking and going all crazy, man. Shout out to everybody doing that and dealing with that. Make sure you do whatever you got to do to get your health back and be good, man, because that was brutal. Other than that, nah, I mean, you know, it's always a 7-letter family shout out. And moving forward. Hey, my son's going to see that Marvel thing today.
That's pretty good yesterday.
Yeah. So,
Look, bring the Brinks truck. Oh, I'm gonna let you know. That shit is not cheap.
They play no games with that. My son was up there yesterday.
I'm not going. He's going.
Tickets cheap to get. Ticket ain't the problem.
Yeah, they get you in there.
It's that.
Bring them in.
It's the snow cone that costs $20.
The program was 20. They went in glass at 25. Face painting 15. And all they do is they kick him out. You're like, this motherfucker walk by one more time. Because every time he come by, Jordan like, and now I'm the bad dad and shit. You know, then every other kid out here stunting.
They put the snow cone in a little action figure head and then $20.
$20.
Snow cone.
They got only selling with 20.
Snow cone.
He ain't gonna get through the parking lot. He was in the parking lot hustling hard on those programs. And they big today, right? The programs are like poster boards, all the superheroes, comic books.
If you guys are going to the Marvel show, make sure you get out there and take your wallet with you. Other than that, Dixon, you guys good back there? No, I'm gonna edit that out. And
Dwayne, he ain't saying a word. He's tired.
He's on the ones and twos.
I mean, he's tired though.
Anyway, we're getting up out of here, man. Make sure you guys check out the rest of the shows on TCP later today. We have Say Less, we have Double R, we have Sit Down with the Johnsons, and make sure that you guys tune into all those. We're just starting it off. Our first Sunday show in a while, and we're back to Sundays, so make sure that you guys wake up with Opinionated Facts every Sunday.
Shout out to Winners Win.
No, we're not saying that either. Edit that part out too. And we're out of here. Stay laid up, stay prayed up, stay out the way, and listen to what some old folks have to say. Peace.